Hello everybody, this is an excerpt from our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we go through some of the rumours and then an exclusive regarding the Illuminati in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, if you have heard this before, don't even stress, because I've got some more information concerning this towards the end of the video. Anyways, leave a like. I don't like asking, you probably don't like doing it, but you know, that's the situation. It is time for our big bit of news, Mason. This is in relation... This is in relation to the original kind of lineup and cast and some stuff removed from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I've just compiled a bunch of things that have come from like the writers and some bits and pieces. This is via Justin Kroll, who said, fun fact, John Krasinski wasn't the first choice. So for those who know and don't know, he plays
Jim from The Office.
Jim from The Office. He plays Reed Richards. John Krasinski wasn't the first choice.
Oh.
The actor originally set to play the role was all set to shoot, but when there was an uptick in COVID cases, he backed out as he was living in London, and he didn't think the quick shoot wasn't worth the risk of bringing back COVID to the fam. That is Daniel Craig, apparently.
What?
It's going to be Reed Richards.
He was gonna do it.
Though.
Who's saying this? Kroll?
Kroll, Justin Kroll. But here's the other thing.
Daniel Craig, my goodness.
I like that too. I think that. And also, I feel like Daniel Craig would also do that and then be like, and then I don't have to do the main one. Like it just...
Oh, I see. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he was a stormtrooper in Star Wars and whatever.
I'll tighten those restraints, scavenger scum.
But I think he would have been a very interesting Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Do you think he would have gone beard, Mr. Fantastic?
Yes,
or no beard?
Mason. He
Oh, imagine him with a bit of... Oh, they would have had to hair... Oh, here's the thing, though.
Yeah. Too blonde? Are we going back here, are we?
No, I'm saying like imagine Daniel Craig.
Yep, got it.
And you went dark brown hair, grey at the temple, like that kind of like...
I don't like it.
Grey at the temples and then a beard or no beard, but it...
Do I like it?
Yeah. Now imagine he's smoking a pipe.
That I like.
Right.
But here's the other thing.
I think people are like, what the devil is happening here? But also, like, if you don't do that look...
How do you know who it is?
You could be
I guess he says it.
Yeah, but I know, but I reckon if you look... But there would be... I reckon if you just did Daniel Craig as he looks Bond, as he looks Knives Out guy, Benny Blanc, I reckon I'd be like, is he Ben Grimm? But not the Thing?
Yes.
Like, is he the Ben Grimm that can transform back and forth?
That was my thinking as well. I mean, obviously they'd say, this is not Ben Grimm in the movie.
I'm not the Thing, and then Wanda would be like, who's the Thing?
Yeah. What's that? What thing? Other people, though, have been saying, and this is apparently a rumor from a while back, that he was going to actually be playing Balder, who's Thor's older brother, which I think if you were to cast him as somebody, that's probably a better choice. Because you know he could be like English and Nordic and a god.
Now, you're saying Thor's older brother in the next Thor? Or
in this movie.
Oh, he would be like...
He's like their Thor.
He'd be, you're right, because maybe Thor partied too hard and he fell off the Rainbow Bridge or whatever.
His weapon's different, whatever his weapon is.
For sure. So he would be the Thor... he would be the equivalent of Thor on the Illuminati, whereas Thor's on the Avengers.
I would love to see Daniel Craig play that role as well. I thought that was very interesting. This is via comicbook.com, and Michael Waldron, who was one of the writers on this. Apparently a Deadpool cameo was discussed. He says, we talked about it. I think we talked about everything in this movie, so it'd be crazy not to raise it, but ultimately it didn't feel like the right place. But yeah, of course, we talked about it. Now, I got a message this week, and I'm not going to go into the specifics of it, but I heard that maybe at one point that his role was going to be more than that, and that's not confirmed or whatever. And that's not me giving any kind of news. That's just a rumor that I heard that, he was probably going to be in it at one point.
That's interesting.
And it makes sense, multiverse, etc. This is also Michael Waldron again via the Rolling Stone, when he was asked about Thomas Cruise.
Oh, yes.
Now, they were like, wasn't Thomas Cruise supposed to be in this movie? And he said, that was totally made up. I mean, there was no cut footage of Tom Cruise, but I love Tom Cruise. And I said to Marvel Studios...
Let's get Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I said to Kevin at one point, I was like, can we get Tom Cruise for Iron Man? I use that voice too.
Yeah.
I remember reading about...
I use my most authoritative voice. They're like... Go to your boss and demand a thing. And I'm like, you going to get Tom Cruise?
I remember reading about that in Ain't It Cool News back in the day that Tom Cruise was going to be Iron Man.
Ain't It Cool Cruise.
Ain't It Cool Cruise, very good. So there you go. That's not surprising either that was at least considered, but I'm sure they weighed up the money and he'd want a bigger thing or a smaller thing. I don't know. He's very specific.
Well, he is, isn't he? And the idea, and we didn't really talk about this at the time, but... You know, he has made small cameos in the past. He was in Austin Powers 3, right?
Yep.
But he's sort of moved beyond that, and it's like, he's reached a point where he only works with, directors he likes and projects that he controls and all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
And he doesn't feel like Cruise is doing cameos really anymore.
Yeah.
Like, there'd have to be something that would really entice him to be.
I completely agree. Yeah. Got another bit here from comicbookmovie.com, and this is in relation to Baron Mordo.
Our old pals, comicbookmovie.com.
That's right. So in an earlier cut of the movie, we'd have seen the MCU's Mordo hunting Wanda Maximoff through a forest with a magic bow in hand. She beheads him, making it clear from the start that the Scarlet Witch is the lead villain here. Which also ties back to the previous Doctor Strange where he was like, I'm going to stop all magic forever.
That's right, yeah.
I still think you could have put that in because the reveal of her being evil, it's about a minute after you meet her.
And also, depending on how it was filmed, you could very easily make it look like Mordo is hunting her and she's just like, I'm a scared little girl.
Yeah, I'm defending myself.
I'm defending myself. And you'd be like, well, that's Baron Mordo. He's the villain from the previous thing. And then he gets killed and then you're like, good. Actually bad.
He took Benjamin Bratt's legs.
That's
he
right.
He was in Catwoman. He needs those for basketball against Catwoman.
He was doing so much good basketball.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting
Have
well.
we talked about that Benjamin Bratt exists in this basketball universe?
What, like it's the same guy?
I think it's the same guy, yeah.
Okay, I'm open to that. Michael Waldron also spoke to Variety about Namor. So Namor is a member of the Illuminati normally.
In the comic books,
And for those people who don't know, for lack of a better explanation, he's Aquaman. Or Aquaman. But he's also, I think he's before as well, isn't he? I think he's older as a character.
Yes, he is, because we often have this conversation, I think. Because,
and then people correct us?
Yeah, because I think he debuted earlier in comic books, but Aquaman has gotten a movie first.
So yeah, in the comics, he's normally a member of the Illuminati, and he's
correct.
sometimes a villain, and he's sometimes trying to steal Sue Storm to marry her or whatever. It's a real Bowser Princess Peach situation.
Sure is.
We talked about him because he's certainly an original member of the Illuminati, but I think Marvel has other plans for him in the MCU, and he didn't make his way in this particular movie. So basically, he's doing something else in the MCU at the moment. Kissing fish. But I also think there's rumors that he's in Black Panther 2. He's the villain in that,
that's true.
which makes sense because a bunch of his origin is tied to that,
That's
to
true.
Wakanda and whatevs. Here's something I'm going to take out if I can't use it. So I'll just tell you, and I'll ask the person if I can reveal this information.
Okay,
and
is it
if
someone
not,
we know?
No.
Oh.
Well, I know, but you don't. So somebody sent me a list of 5 characters that were going to be in this movie that were cut.
Okay.
So apparently, the Wanda killing MCU Mordo, that was real. That was going to happen. Michael Fassbender was going to turn up as Magneto.
Whoa.
Yeah. Maybe he's like, I'm your father in this dimension or whatever.
I guess whenever we come up with one of these casting situations, the question for me is always, was it written in and he was available and then they cut it out for story reasons, or was it a case of they asked him and he was like, I can't do it? So
well, I said, were any of these filmed? And this person said...
so this is a chat situation.
Yeah,
so this person has access to chat facilities.
That's right.
Okay.
They said filmed but ultimately cut from the theatrical version, which is what my source relayed to me.
So maybe this footage is out there somewhere.
Potentially.
Okay.
Boulder the Brave, as mentioned, though not given a name.
But not Daniel Craig.
No, just no name, so maybe. Ghost Rider,
Oh.
which is very interesting as a member of the Illuminati. She just put a bucket of water over his skull, put him out.
Oh, he was going to be in the Illuminati.
Yeah, I guess. He was going to fight Wanda and probably die. And Deadpool was going to be in the post-credits scene.
Interesting.
This is from a person who heard it from a person. So there you go. Interesting stuff. Don't ask me any follow-up questions. That's all the information I have.
Okay.
Other than this... I got nothing. There's nothing else. That's the end of it. Yeah, so there you go.
Now, is that the end of the big bit of news?
That's the end of the big bit of news.
Whoa.
Would you say it's time to move on to the next segment of the show then?
Yes.
Should we do it now or should we wait a minute?
I think we should do it now.
All right, let's do it. Hello, everyone. It's actually not the end of the big bit of news. This is just me, James, independent of that clip you were just watching just now. Now, as mentioned up top, I just wanted to add and clarify some of the points made in this clip. But not before a commercial break. I don't have a sponsor, so I guess I'll just put in a YouTube ad, I guess. I don't know if it played. Okay, so all the info in this video might actually tie into a movie scope story about a rumored earlier cut of the film. A version that painted the Earth 838 Illuminati in a bit more of a sinister light. Moviescope said that after using the Darkhold, the 838 version of Doctor Strange discovered the prophecy concerning the Scarlet Witch, so the decision was made to lobotomize her, hence why she's living a suburban life in that universe. The decision was made, apparently in conjunction with the Patrick Stewart version of Professor X, Doctor Strange, and Magneto as played by Michael Fassbender. Now, I've also heard from the same person that gave me all the other information that those scenes with Magneto were probably done with body doubles with the idea to later insert Fassbender, but ultimately that storyline was cut. Now, as for the Ghost Rider fight, I've got a little bit more information on that also. The same person, as mentioned, also sent over this image. Now, I've actually added the obligatory annoying watermark, so you know where it's from, because it's important to get credit where credit is due, so that's all there to avoid any kind of confusion. I was also told that yes, a lot of this stuff that was mentioned in this video was actually shot, or at the very least partially shot, including this sequence here, but also this might just be concept art. And I guess also it could be fake, but I've no reason to believe that it isn't real. We occasionally get sent through stuff and only talk about the things that we're pretty confident are legit, or at the very least, pretty interesting. But whether or not this is a piece of concept art or actual footage, I guess all that remains to be seen due to the low quality of this image. I thought the watermark would help to distinguish what exactly this is, but if anything, I think it actually makes it harder to tell. I'd remove it, but I spent so much time typing out the text that if I did get rid of it, it would seem like wasted time. Anyways, before this video wraps up, if you are looking for a podcast that talks the comic book movie news of the week, plus Star Wars or, whatever else is going on and the like, as mentioned, we have one. It's called The Weekly Planet. It comes out every Monday on iTunes, plus Spotify, a bunch of other podcast platforms, plus it's got its own YouTube channel. Also, if you do want to subscribe to our private Patreon service, bigsandwich.co, feel free to do so. It's got a bunch of bonus podcasts. It's got movie commentaries. It's got early videos. All right, I'm going now. Thanks for watching the video and have a great day.